Are we recording?
Do you know where you are?
You are now witnessing the Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour with your host, Unknown Factor, and Chuckklez, the motherfucking headhunter clown.
The place of torment, pandemonium.
Where we present y'all some of the old school shit and the new school shit of horror generation.
Everything's true.
From the fucked up remakes,
God's an astronaut.
to the new shit,
Oz is over the rainbow.
the disturbing and gory films,
The Midian's where the monsters live.
to the old school shit that we just love to enjoy.
And you came to die.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's a bitch.
Alright, one time. So you are now witnessing the Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour. Yeah!
Like right now, yeah. I am the Unknown Factor, your host with your other host, who is...
Chuckklez, a.k.a. the motherfucking headhunter clown.
That's goddamn right, man. And tonight is the premiere of the Freaky... Oh, fuck, man. Look, goddamn it, Chuckklez. I was busy cutting that fucking goddamn intro to this. And at one point you said Freaky and Friday. And now I fucked it up and was about to fuck it up. So fuck it. What's the name of this show? God damn it.
Yeah. You are listening to the Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour.
Thank God the intro said that. Yeah, we'll just go with triple F because it's so much easier to say. Yeah, but we're going to get into all kinds of shit. Ladies and gentlemen, myself and my associate here, Chuckklez. We're going to be hosting this show, talking about, fuck, man, I don't know, more your forte than mine, to be real honest, Chuckklez. You realize that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, this is by far, when it comes to horror films, it's something you're far more of an expert in than I am.
Do research.
Yeah, dude, I mean, you've seen the research I did. Fuck, ladies and gentlemen, I took this shit seriously. I got 4 pages of notes on 3 different films, and we're going to really get into them.
Yeah, he showed me like a picture of this notebook that had shitloads of notes from the movies that he's been watching. No
Hey,
lie.
man. You know, I mean, if we were going to do this, I'm going to take it serious. Like, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see, I'm going to be doing a lot more notes, hopefully, for all these shows. Hopefully, I'm also going to be writing in my notebook as well that's for lyrics. Because, you know, I do make music. Because, like, fuck, we both make music, actually. I don't know, like, well, fuck you. You got time for it because you don't fucking have to handle the goddamn edit. Hey, Chuckklez, you want to start editing my interviews for me? How about it?
Shit, if I know how to edit some shit.
Whatever. Fuck it. It's bullshit. But this is the Freaky Fucky Fear Hour, man. And the point of this...
Fucky?
What?
You said Freaky Fucky Fear Hour.
Oh, that sounds kind of dope. It's the Freaky Fucky Fear Hour.
Freaky Fucky Fear Hour. Hey, that sounds dope.
Oh, damn, man. It always is an evolution over here at No Fucks Given Radio. That's true. So we might have to slightly adapt that show name because that's pretty dope. Yeah. Fuck. We might have to call this the Freak. God damn it. That means I got to fucking... Oh, fuck. I got to read. What the fuck ever, man. Let's get into tonight's episode, man. Tonight's episode... Man, what are we going through tonight, Chuckklez?
Shit, we got 3 movies that we're going to present y'all. We got the first movie, the movie Clown, produced by the homie Eli Ruth. Second movie, Lights Out. And then third movie, we're going to do a little review on the movie It, the remake.
Now, wait. You said Ruth, not Roth.
Oh, fuck. Well, my bad. Shit.
Oh, wait, no. Hey, it's cool. I thought I'd been mispronouncing his name for a long-ass time. I figured you were right.
But either way, it sounds like the same word. If you would pronounce it, either way, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, he's the producer of the movie Clown.
Well, fair enough. One of us is fucking up his name. We know that much. So based on that, man, let's go ahead and start getting into Clown. Like I said, dude, these were, you chose our initial selection of films. And dude, it's been a while, honestly, since I've been able to just sit down and enjoy a film. Not that I had to take notes during this one, so whatever, it was like fucking homework, but... But it definitely was. Out of the 3 films that we're going to go over on this particular episode, I'd have to say it was second for me. You know what I'm saying? As far as in ratings, dude, it was the second best of these 3 films.
So
what an interesting concept. Like, I just want to say right off the bat, like, this motherfucker, he puts on this clown suit. For anyone that hasn't watched these films, by the way, spoilers, all to hell. If you didn't know that, fuck off, because it's the only time I'm ever going to give this warning on that show. Other than that, when you tune in, you better watch these films or we're going to spoil the fuck out of them for you. That's just the truth.
It reminded me of a Goosebumps movie.
It reminded you of a Goosebumps film?
Like a book.
Of a book?
Like a Goosebumps book.
I can see that. Far more violent.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Adult version of Goosebumps.
Dude, the first thing that really stuck out to me in this film is this motherfucker. So he puts his suit on just because his kid's having a birthday party and he needs a clown. So he finds a fucking clown suit. He puts him on and he can't get it off. This motherfucker takes a Zolsol to it. Dude, something should have got fucked up there. Whether it was him or the suit or something, but that should not have gone the way it did.
Yeah, I was expecting the same shit. I thought he was going to get, like, hacked himself instead of the fucking suit.
Well, I mean, yeah, dude, I've used a Sawzall before. It's not a nice fucking tool. It's not for precision. It's for get the fuck through this and get it out the way.
Exactly.
And yeah, dude, the way they showed that break off and everything, like, look, and this is something me and you were going to get into a lot in this whole series we're doing here with the Freaky Fucker, with the Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour, man, is, man, I'm going to have complaints. Because, look, that Sawzall broke, and that shit should have went in his neck, and he should have died right then.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. Because when he brung that son of a bitch out in the on the screen, you can tell that somebody's gonna get fucked up. Because that shit is no joke. Because when you're cutting through that shit with something, it's gonna cut through. And we all thought that was gonna cut through his, like, at least his neck or something like that. He was gonna be die from loss of blood loss, but it seemed to not happen with that.
Yeah, I mean, I really did expect that moment, like that movie, to go a different way than it did as far as continuing on with that character being alive. Because I was like, this fucker's dead. Like, right now, because that was early on. I mean, it was like, what, the first 5 minutes. And can I ask you, Chuckles, look, I just want to ask you, let's say for some fucking weird-ass reason, you got to put on some weird-ass suit that's in a house, and you put it on, and you can't get it off. Are you really not going to walk up to your old lady and go, babe, I don't know why, but this fucking thing is unbreakable and it will not get the fuck off me?
Shit. If I tell this to my girl, she will probably think I'm fucking lying and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That'll be fucking some crazy ass shit.
Now, fair enough. Initially, most people are going to think it is a lie, which is completely understandable. You're going to look like a fucking loon. You know, I got this clown suit, and it won't come off. Like, I've tried to cut it off with everything from a knife to a Zolsol, and this motherfucker is still just chilling, right? But I think once you say that to somebody, they're going to go, okay, take it off, and you're going to try. And you're like, you're bullshit. I'm like, fuck you, pull on it. I think it would really be a very self-explained situation quickly that, oh, wow, you're really stuck in this suit. That's really weird.
Exactly.
You know? I'd like to think that I could walk up to my wife if that happened to me and be like, hey, babe, can you,
Yeah, but I don't think we would have been able to accomplish anything.
Okay.
We would have ran into
well,
the same
that's fine. We may have ran into the exact same issues as far as it going fucking full-blown demon and it's an issue. But at least,
your nose.
yeah, but at least at that moment, like, you've got somebody who's fully in the know. You know, as opposed to the way he was running around. Because that motherfucker was running around so blind, dude. And you really just should have gave him the last kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. She should have, but it seemed that they don't want to have that for some reason, which kind of fucked up.
No, dude, that would have been such a better... Babe, would you give me the last kid? I had 4. I needed 1 more to be okay. Would you give it to... Okay, look.
Yeah.
That's a fucking dedicated wife right there. Like, I got you, babe. 1 more kid? You already killed 4? No big deal.
Anyway. Find one that's about to go out anyway, and
See, for
they're
real.
suffering.
Like, there's so many fucking, like, go to a fucking place doing last wishes. Hey, come with me. I'm gonna grant your last wish. It's gonna be terrible, but it'll work in the long run for me and my husband.
For those of y'all who don't know what we're talking about, is that the reason why when we mentioned about kids, about the whole suit itself was actually a skin part of a demon clown from hell, and his cravings are lurking kids into caves, and he eats them. Like, straight up, like, eats children. Not adults, but, like, young, innocent fucking children.
See, and it's funny, too, because that's another, I didn't have a chance to research this, man, because I wanted to check the origin of the actual word clowns, because it says in that book that it was actually derived from a demonic spirit, and it wasn't something, it was just something that we adopted and changed over history. It says it doesn't actually know where the word comes from. It might have a Scandinavian background.
Yeah, like a Northern Europe style to it. Like an ancient demon style, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, and I wish I'd have more time. My bad. I should have researched that a little bit more before the show. But I was just curious to that because, like I said, in the movie they said Nordic. And obviously, I mean, they're saying it's Scandinavian. Apparently, we don't even know where the fuck the word clown came from, which is kind of disturbing on a different level, Yeah. Like, why do we not know the history of this? Like, the real... it says it's developed out of zany, rustic fool characters in the early modern commedia dell'arte. What the fuck? I ain't never... Fucking, it's talking about Greek and Roman theater of the rustic fool is what it's actually based off of. The English word is first recorded in 1560. Holy shit, dude! The word clown was fucking first recorded in 1560.
Damn.
I can believe there is some kind of fucked up story behind that coming around. I really can't see. That's the other thing about this film that really made me think. Because, I mean, they brought up the whole Nordic thing, and especially now reading the information I have, which, like I said, I apologize for everyone listening. I meant to do that beforehand. It really makes me believe there can be some fucked up shit behind where that came from, Chuckles. And my wife don't want to hang out with you anymore, by the way.
If I was all into that, the reason why I came up with this image in the first place, and yeah, nobody would hang out with me anymore.
No, dude, my wife about, like, I think 15 minutes before the end of the film, she's like, babe, I don't think I can hang out with Chuckles.
Wait, why did I say that? I forgot.
Because of the fucking clown fucking eating little children with a fucking unicorn fucking snow fucking, or fucking waffle cone fucking horn. That was a weird ass, like, dude, that was a waffle cone, wasn't it? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was a waffle cone. A mile away.
Why do you think? That's the one thing I think, like, kind of strikes me odd about this, man, because they're saying it was supposed to be from an old Nordic legend, and it was demon skin and all this. Why the fuck do you use a waffle cone?
I don't know, man. I think they were trying to be more cartoonish with the character to make it look like it's part of that type of theme, like, when you see a clown that holds like ice cream in his hand, like a waffle cone and shit. I think they were trying to do a little bit of traditional style to it, but more sinister to it, like a gruesome style, which kind of make it weird when you think about it, or try to make it fit with the character, which I think they should have just stuck with a regular horn.
Yeah, I think it would have came across a lot better, because that's the one thing about that character that made it in any way, shape, or form cartoony. Because there were a couple jump scares in that film. I know it got my wife once or twice. I'll tell you, Chuckles, here's the challenge. I want you to fucking, every month we do this show, one film, I want to be like, no, this will make Factor fucking jump at some point. That's my challenge to you, because it's hard to get me to jump at some shit. It really is. That's just... I don't.
Oh, okay.
See, now I've challenged Chuckklez, ladies and gentlemen, and I guarantee God, I don't even want to know what the
made me jump.
fuck. Yeah, Clown made you
Challenge,
jump.
okay.
It made you jump. Fucking, I think Lights Out made you. You jumped at every fucking film we watched, babe. You didn't want. Yeah.
I don't know it.
Okay, only because you know it, and it's technically more of a psychological horror film than it is a like jump scare type horror film, which I appreciate. We'll get into more later. Yep. Yeah, we'll get into that more later. But like I said, we're getting a Clown right now. So, dude, I just don't get the ending. I'd have fed that fucker. I would. Like, he had 4 kids at that point. Like, if I don't know, man. I feel like if you've gotten to that point, I mean, if it was 3 deep and I had to get 2 more, no, you know.
Exactly.
Huh.
Yeah, it was part of the curse too. If he had one more child, he would have been free out of that curse. Like the what's his name said to her in the beginning. Because what's his name? I forgot what his name was. But
oh, dude, I didn't write down
brother
character names.
when they originally. Yeah, I think his name. Oh, I found it. I think his name is Dr. Martin Carlson. Yeah, he has a brother who also discovered the suit as well back in the day. And when he first took that suit on, he turned into this clown monster and he started eating children and everything. So his brother had him strapped him down inside of a basement, all chained up to a chair, and he had this shit on recorded. So the whole process of him being formed as this demon so he can experiment with what the fuck it was, pretty much. So he gave it one more child, I believe, and a couple more days later, he was all normal.
And I'll tell you, that's another thing about this film. He gets the suit from the doctor that was filming it, not the brother, but what was the doctor's name? Chuckklez?
His name was Dr. Martin Carlson.
All right, so Martin, the doctor. I'm just saying the
Martin.
doctor. Yeah, Martin was filming this shit. And he died, and that's where the suit was in his house. Old boy got in there as a realtor, and he ended up putting it on because his kid needed a clown. Now, when he calls old boy, the dude who had previously had the suit on and had been, like, the children had been given, so he was able to get out of it. Dude, is it just me, or is this motherfucker a dumbass about how fucking suspicious and odd that whole call is?
Exactly. It made me wonder, like, that shit looks shady as shit, and it's like, oh, okay, this is a cool-ass clown suit. I'm just going to wear it. Like, bro, I would think second thoughts about it, because when you look at it, it looks vintage as shit, and it looks hella suspicious, like you don't even know what's in it or what it does, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, there's that, but no, that's not what I meant. I meant when he calls old boy who had been in the suit. Like, that whole phone call between them, man, that dude is like, don't go anywhere, and he's really like, holy shit. Like, you can hear the holy shit in his voice. I mean, he's not saying it, but you can hear it in this dude's voice.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. And the guy on the other end that's in this suit is like, oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Okay. I'll meet you. Like, he's not understanding the situation he is just by that person. Like, is this motherfucker tone deaf or what?
Right? It's like, he doesn't know the whole situation. Like, he's so fucking confused and shit. It's like, if that was me, if it was one of us, and we hear this dude freaking the fuck out, I'll be freaking the fuck out as well. It's like, holy shit, what did I just fucking do?
No, the second he does that, I'm going to be like, okay, so what did I really put on? Because the way you're talking, it sounds like I just threw on Venom, and I'm going to have a fucking issue.
Exactly.
Now, that's what it honestly made me think, because it's a very symbiotic relationship that they have with that guy, as far as, you know, Demon needs the person to wear the suit and all that, you know? So I get that. It's just, man, I don't know. Like, I feel like, especially watching these horror films, Chuckklez, characters in horror films, and I mean the victims, are fucking stupid.
They have to be.
They are, man. Every victim that's in this movie are fucking full-grown retards.
Oh, but real quick, I do love the dog with the nose. That shit was dope.
Yeah. Oh, when that scene where she tried to take his nose off and just really like ripped the tip out of his nose and the dog ate it.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good right there.
Oh, I just like how the dog turns all vicious and then has a fucking clown nose. But just the nose.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Because it got infected because that thing is cursed and he got infected after when he ate it. And all of a sudden turned demonic and shit, had a fucking clown nose and shit. I was dying laughing.
Hey, dude, that kills me. It did have a couple good moments like that where you could tell were purely for comedy. But I think it's interesting to see how horror films are doing that now, because it's like horror films back in the day, I feel like they were either a comedy film or they were more straight horror. And there wasn't so much the cross that there is now, as far as, that's a funny-ass dog. Holy shit, it just got its head cut off. Like, there was a bit more of a time delay between that. Like, I know Krueger did that a lot, which we'll get to Krueger a little bit in this episode, a little bit later as well. But, as far as being funny and then being vicious, but I don't feel like he ever did it so quickly in such a short time span, as far as flip from one to the other.
Yeah, it's like when some people like to throw in that cruel, dark sense of humor into horror films to make people feel comfortable. Say, okay, that's pretty funny, until it gets back to the fucked up scenes, pretty much. Like back in those days, like they always like to throw a little bit of like humor to it, just to calm the audience, and after that, we're gonna get you back to getting you freaked the fuck out, and that's when you're not safe.
Just leave the dog alone. That's all I say. Why you gotta fuck with the dog? Go kill the little kid. I'm way cooler with that. Just leave the dog alone.
We love animals on this show. Like, fuck the kids. We just love the animals.
Yeah, I don't know what that says about me and you as people. We're like, oh, well, go ahead and sacrifice the kid to get your husband back. But would you leave the fucking dog alone? Because goddamn.
Now people will be listening. It's like, oh my god, these people are fucking crazy ass motherfuckers. I'm not listening to this show again.
Hey, no, fuck that. No. I'll tell you why. Because look, dude, if all the characters in this horror film, I was more sympathetic with the dog than anybody else, because the wife was an idiot doing all kinds of dumb shit. And I'll tell you the other thing, like, I want to know how she looked at that book they had that was like, had the ancient references and all that, for like 5 minutes, and then acted like she'd been studying it for a goddamn year.
Right?
Like, what the fuck was that? Like, oh yeah, I know this thing back and forth. Let me find the exact page I need, because it was 255 and it was paragraph 2. It's like, bitch, you looked at that book for 5 fucking minutes.
You don't know how long she looked at it. Time lapse.
Okay. My wife's calling time lapse on me. I call bullshit. What about you, Chuckles?
I find bullshit too, because at first she didn't know shit about what's going on until she read the book. And Dot said she knows some shit, and she didn't.
Women know everything.
So,
it only takes us 5 minutes.
Oh, my wife's playing the woman card, Chuckles. I still agree with you that it's bullshit, yeah. But then again, I don't know. You look at that movie, dude, even the demon was a dumbass. I mean, you realize this, right?
Right?
Yeah. Motherfucker's got a chain around his neck and doesn't have the sense to go, I'm going to take 2 steps back, take this thing off, and then murder everyone in the room. No, I'm going to rip my own head off instead.
Yeah, he just kept on fucking going. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's like...
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good flick.
But I've seen some dumb, like, monsters in my days, but no one's as dumb as that, you know what I'm saying?
I might hang out with Chuckles.
Man, I do like dumb monsters. I don't know if we're man. Yeah, hey, let's just start that. So, dumb monsters. We're gonna keep a list, and currently the winner is Clown from Eli Roth's Clown, because that motherfucking dumbass was a dumbass.
For real.
Like, even the fucking aliens from Alien are smarter than that, and that's terrible because they're just animals, really. Like,
yeah, but it's like for Clown though, he doesn't fit in that category at all.
I don't know what cat. I mean, because you could put him in that demon category, I suppose, because that's what they said he was and everything. But just the way they played that character out, man, it was really. I don't think I've ever heard of a demon character where it was like, "Hey, put this on," and you turn into the demon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is shitty. Like, imagine back in the day, dude, when that costume was dope. You know what I'm saying? And it was the thing to wear because it just looked really cool. So every time somebody died, somebody else put it on because it looked damn good.
Yeah, it's just it fools the eye and say, "Oh, this is the perfect clown suit. I'm gonna wear this for my child's birthday," and all of a sudden, you done fucked up, and all of a sudden you just turned into something more fucked up than you thought it would be.
Man, I gotta know. I'm curious, Chuckles. What did you think of how they ended that?
I thought to me, I thought she was gonna feed him the child, but instead she just chose not to. And the way it got out, it kind of confused me at first, because at the very end of the movie, all they show was just bags of the costume and the wig that he had on, all incarcerated by the police, and after that it just went to black. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, dude, they did very much leave that open to where they could do another. I'll tell you, the thing I found funny was when they beheaded him, and this motherfucker starts foaming up, as my wife said, what was it? Like cotton candy acid. That's what it looked like. This was my wife's description.
Yeah.
It did. It looked like when his head got cut off, it was just melting away like cotton candy acid. It was the weirdest thing. And then it revealed his fucking normal face. Dude, like, would there not be any kind of residue of, like, what the fuck is this weird random shit that's around his face that's obviously not him, and it's not, and, like, what is this? Like, you think fucking, they could CSI that shit. Or at least, I mean, they might not know what it is, but they could say it's unidentified. Don't look at me like that, babe. My wife gave me a hell of a look at that, Chuckles.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. It's like I wasn't really feeling that part when he just turned back to normal when he got his head cut off. I thought it should have stayed it as it is to make it look, better like that. Instead, they tried to make it more like a fairy tale, like it just went back to normal and shit.
Well, yeah, too, because check this out. So there's no costume anymore. So there's no demon anymore. So when the cops step in, because they had that shit in evidence, when the cops step in, all they see is a dude who's had his head cut off that's in a clown fucking costume, and he's been chained up by his wife in the basement. That bitch is going to jail.
He's got a cotton candy head.
Right?
That shit fucking dissipated. It was that cotton candy hair.
CSI it.
Well, I don't know. Fucking they apparently didn't CSI it well enough. They thought it was a good idea to keep that shit in any capacity and not just give it to the fucking CIA or FBI and be like, lock this away in that dark tomb that you have, because I know that you have one.
Yeah, if you're a cop and you go down to their basement and you see a decapitated body all chained up, you know that you're going to expect that it was the wife that killed him. Your ass is going to go to fucking prison.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Your
with the
child
way
in
that
orphanage.
with the way that movie ended, dude, that bitch went to jail. That chick that fucking kid went to an orphanage. And god damn, that's depressive, but fuck it. It's no fucks given. And we stay in the shade, yeah, by Chuckles featuring, what, Arnold Dunkel? Did I fuck that up, or did I say it right?
Errol Dunkel.
I fucked it up a little, but whatever. This is In the Shade. We'll be right back.
The Dark Stranger. That's the best they could come up with. Of course, they couldn't describe him. How can you describe something you can't see? It has to justify the awful deed it committed. They could never explain him because they never truly saw him. They could sense he was with them, but how can that be explained?
Ich bin wieder aus der Klapse raus, denn niemand hält mein Wahnsinn aus. Langsam geht dein Nachtlicht aus und ich steig aus dem Schrank hinaus. Mit lächelnder Fratze und pressenden Atem steche ich Wangen, ein Lächeln im Ganzen. Ich bohr mich so tief wie der Horror im Film, durch dein Ohr wie er biegt und der Horror beginnt. You are one of us!
Yo, what the fuck is going on, my fellow freaks and freak shows? This is your boy Chuckklez, aka the motherfucking headhunter clown here.
They're coming to get you.
Y'all checking out on No Fucks Given Radio with the homie Unknown Factor. The lovely Shelly.
Did you leave me alone?
Be sure y'all check out my music on Facebook.com/Chuckklez, CHUCKKLEZ. And most of my music, you can check it out on SoundCloud.com/Chuckklez.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Be sure y'all keep on spreading the sickness.
He will never get away! His pain won't end!
Keep on watching these episodes. Keep on listening on the podcast.
You hang up on me again, I'll cut you like a fish, understand?
Stay motherfucking evil 100%. Yeah, we are live back on the Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour.
Now he's waiting
With the
for me to
host,
say something.
Unknown
I was
Factor.
just I was gonna fuck with you, man. No, like, see, you started talking right after I started fucking with you. Fuck it. No, man, nobody need to know who I am. That's unknown, but that's Chuckles the Headhunter Clown right there. Yeah. Who's got the clown? Eli Roth. Man, hey, let's do this, because we hadn't said we were gonna do this, but fuck this. Let's rating 1 out of 5. What do you give Clown?
If I had to give it a rating, I'll probably say 6 out of 10. I still like the film, but there were some scenes in the movie that kind of sounded.
I said out of 5.
You know what I'm saying?
I said out of 5, and this motherfucker says 6 out of 10. That's 3 out of 5.
All right, you want to go 5 out of 5? All right, 5 out of 5. All right, I'll probably say I'll say 4 out of 5.
Damn, really? You give that a 4 out of 5, but a 6 out of 10? Hold up, man. That math does not add up.
Because if it was a 6 out of 10, then I'll probably go and blabbering out like all the details of what I liked or what not liked.
All right,
shit like
fine.
that. Like
Then
all reviewers would do.
We'll go out of 10. We'll go out of 10. Fair enough. Because I don't. So 6 out of 10 for Clown from Chuckles.
What's your rating?
My rating for Clown, if we're going out of 10, I'd have to agree. Yeah, I'd say a 6.
So you guys are giving it a
6.
solid D. A 60%.
We're giving it a solid D. Damn.
Damn.
They got Clown got a shit rating from. That's terrible, because that was my second favorite film out of the 3 films we reviewed. So if that tells you anything, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give him a worse one here coming up in a little while. Shit. How about you, babe?
What do we got?
I want to know, babe. What do you got? What do you got? Well, I want the wife's rating, man. Out of 10, babe. Clown. Because she's always in the background. Chuckles.
I don't really know.
You don't know. What the fuck is that? You gotta.
My rating is it scared me enough not to want to hang out with Chuckles, and he like.
I like my. Did you hear that? Oh my god. So my wife's rating is it scared her enough not to want to hang out with Chuckles. Damn.
But I will
That's
hang
a perfect
out with Chuckles,
fucking rating.
'cause I ain't scared.
That's. Oh, fuck it. I'm very curious to see what she rates this next one then, man. Because, the next one we're going to go out to is, what was this, 2016's Light Out? I believe it was 2016, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lights Out came out around 2016.
I didn't write
like
the
last
date
year.
there. Yeah, I've been trying to date these bitches all, but I fucking apparently forgot that one like a dumbass. Whatever, right? So, man, dude, what's your initial opinion of this film? Just like when you're getting into it, what did you think right off the bat?
When I first watched the film, I thought it was just going to be like straight up like shocking and like, you know, straight up like interesting to me. But this film to me, in my opinion, I know some of y'all who might watch the film might think otherwise. I wasn't really, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be more, but it was,
Fair enough, man. We actually fully agree on that because really, especially with you giving me these fucking recommendations, I was like, these are going to be some dope-ass horror films. They're recommended by Chuckklez, but...
I'm not saying they're bad. They're not bad.
Man, Lights Out was not that good, though. It wasn't bad.
I like horror movies.
I would not call it a bad horror film, but I would not call it a good horror film by any stretch of the imagination.
It scared me like 5 nights.
It's more like in between to the both of us. You know the reason why? Probably because it's in between, because it's a goddamn PG-13 horror.
Yeah, man. It's hard to do a PG-13 horror film. It really is, and make it truly scary. I'd really have to, goddamn, dude. We're gonna, goddamn, man. You're just making more running segments that we're gonna run with throughout this show, just so you know, Chuckklez, because now it's a goal to find good horror films that are rated PG-13. That way you can watch them with your kids and not feel like an asshole for showing them titties or all kinds of blood and gore, whatever, you know.
I recommend Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
Dale and Tucker versus Evil is not PG-13.
Sure, it should be.
Have you watched? We've what? Man, whatever. This is about Lights Out. That's what we're trying to get to. We should definitely review Dale and Tucker versus Evil one day, man. That's a dope ass. I don't know if you'd really qualify that as horror though, like horror comedy, I guess. Yeah, whatever.
It's more like it was more comedy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was more comedy.
Yeah. But we're going to Lights Out, man. Like I said, you know. Dude, my initial opinion of this film is, like, one, dude, I expected a little more. I expected to be harsher. I think it was a bit predictable, in my opinion.
No.
You know, as far as everything. And why in the fuck, if you were aware of that situation, would you ever turn a light switch off? Because I've seen a lot of people do that.
They were going off, too.
It's like common sense. Like, if you know that this bitch is going to be involved in the dark, why turn off the fucking lights? It makes no sense. Yeah. It's like, if I see that shit often, I'll keep the lights on, like, hours. I don't care if I have to pay the electric bill and all that shit, or I'll just probably move out. Like, come on now.
See, now, I just want to go through, like, when I was watching this film, man, I wrote down a couple theories I had just throughout it, because about the 30-minute mark, I honestly thought that Diana, which Diana is the creature, or I mean, it technically was a girl at one point. We'll get into that more later, but I honestly thought it was either her, as far as it was the mother, or it was the mom's sister. You know what I'm saying? That was my initial thought, just based because you could tell it was closely related to the mother. It was something that was fucking up everybody around the mother, but the mother wanted to accept it for some weird ass reason. I mean, it shows getting into the film. Let me see. Oh yeah, that you find out that chick is actually real, Diane. She was a former mental patient with the mother, whose name I didn't write down. I wrote every other fucking character's name down except the mom. So that's Mom. Sophie. There you go. I did. I wrote every other fucking character's name down, dude. What the fuck?
We forgot Sophie.
Dude, whatever. Dude, you know how many fucking names I hear? Don't make me start dropping your real name and just your real name on air, Chuckklez. I'll do it. So yeah, but you find out she's real, and like I said, she was in a mental asylum with Sophie and Diane was, and there was an issue. Like, they became close friends, and then they did some kind of experimental bullshit to try and cure this bitch of her psychosis. Ended up vaporizing her, which I just have to ask, Chuckklez, what's your opinion of the fact that bitch just went poof?
I fucking laughed, dude. It's just like, I was literally, when I first saw that shit, I was like, with a cringe face, and I started laughing. Like, how does that happen? Like, out of the blue, how does that shit happen in real life? It makes no fucking sense.
Alright. So there you go. So we totally agree that, for real, that shit was weird. Now, before this, I just want to say, man, I swear, this movie had me theorizing, dude. It did. Because at 30 minutes, I was like, it was either her or her mom's sister. And then I thought that Diane is the mom of Sophina.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And, like, I couldn't quite figure out who she was until they actually, like, they finally did reveal. You could just tell it was a high association with the mother. Now, one thing I want to point out, though, is you find this out because the sister, Emma, finds recordings of all this shit getting vaporized and all that. That's why you find out. And I think this is funny, and not to go back to the film that we previously were discussing, Clown, but why the fuck is it in horror films you always find people finding fucked up recordings, dude, of some shit that happened in the past? It's like that's a standard plot element, I feel, in like an abundance of horror films.
Yeah, because for some reason, when people hear like recordings, when you hear recordings, people say it's actually really disturbing when you hear it themselves. Time when they use it, I thought it was pretty fucking scary, but when they use it too much often, it gets, predictable, like you mentioned before. It's just like, okay, we have another recording, and we already know this was like been used so many times, and it's just, I think they're trying to spook up the environment to it. Like there's more to this, to the character than just what they see in these characters. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough, man. I understand.
Like they try to bring more of a story to it.
Yeah, just to explain a bit of background behind whatever the villain is in a particular situation, whether it was Diane or the clown in the previous film we discussed. Well, like I said, I've seen that over a lot of a lot of horror films. I can't even tell you from God damn it, really? I can't remember the name of that film. Oh, fuck that. I'm going to remember it, and we're going to review it on a later episode, but that's besides the point. But like I say, yeah, I just see it a lot across horror films, period. And it's not something you see so much in the franchises, like Jason, Freddy, Michael, all that shit. It's more something you see in the horror films that are standalone one-shots, where it's just, hey, this is their one film. And they use that a lot. I'm curious, dude, just in your opinion, as someone that watches a lot of horror films, is there something that you have seen or that you would think of that would work better than to use that fucking tactic that's been used so many times to explain the backstory of a villain?
It's like, if they show like pictures or documents, I wouldn't mind. It's like, if they tell like a story about this whole situation, it'll be cool. Be creative with it. I just feel like when it had recordings and subjects, I feel like that's just been used so many times. It just like gets predictable. It's like, okay, so you guys have this on recording, so you're trying to make it more of a creepy vibe to it. It's like, but I've already seen this already. It's like, be more creative. Have like a background story, or just like one of those flashbacks, they always have with these certain patients or villains of how they snapped and all that. Now they just do it like more recording wise.
See, and that's like I even feel like, not to cut back to the previous film, but Clown, they could have left that shit out and just used the book. That would have been fine. It wasn't necessary. And that's the only thing that really made me bring up this point, is that I had two films I watched back to back, and they both did that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But fuck that, man.
Yeah,
so,
it's just like, it's repeatable.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. But fuck that, man. So they get these recordings, and they confront the mother about it. And this is 38 minutes into the film, I want to point out. And this bitch is cool with it. This mom is fucking cool with this crazy, psychotic, if the lights are out and you she will flip.
Patient.
I don't give a fuck. That is your children.
She's mental.
Yeah, she was like the most unlikable fucking character in the movie. I just completely hated her, dude. She was she thought it was just all cool, like it's safe. Oh, it's like she's just being in the dark. It's like she's all right. She's not gonna hurt you. I'll make sure these doesn't hurt you. Bitch, think again.
Yeah, see, and it was at that moment when I heard that I was like, I honestly at that moment was like, the mom let something happen to her. That's what I thought. Like, I thought it was a friend of hers, and perhaps like there'd been a situation where she knew something was terrible was going to happen and didn't tell nobody, and it happened anyways. And that's what occurred to this. And then it was explained with the backstory, like we got into earlier in the videos, that it was the fact that she had that Diana, she had a rare skin disorder, is what it said. And then they tried experimental treatment, and it vaporized that bitch. But just saying that out loud is really kind of odd, Chuckles.
Yeah, it blew me out of proportion when I...
For real. Oh, shit. And then can I say, too, I feel like this movie has so many cliches in it, dude. From, like I said, there was the recording. And then at one point, the little boy's telling his mother, like, Sophie, like, hey, there's a monster in my closet. Will you check? Will you check? She finally comes and checks. And, of course, the cliche, there's a monster under the bed, and that's where he gets snatched from.
Yep.
Like,
I think it was a setup the whole time.
Yeah. And can I also say, I honestly think it's funny that my wife thought that little kid looked really creepy.
That was a creepy little fucker.
Yeah.
She thought the kid was creepy enough in the whole movie.
Yeah, dude, just like he was a creepy looking kid. That's just what my wife thought, man. Yeah. And dude, and that the boyfriend, who's another name, Emma's boyfriend, whoever the fuck that fucker's name is. That fucker was clever. Like, he seemed to be the smartest character in that film. Like, old boy is about to fucking die. And he's got the sense to reach for his keys and like, I'm gonna fucking unlock my car because it'll make the fucking headlights kick on and I won't die. That's genius in that moment.
That was genius.
Why the fuck is everyone else so stupid?
I don't know, man. It's just like people just, for some reason in horror movies, they don't have that logical kind of sense to survive.
That's true, man. Like, everybody always runs up the stairs. It's like, there's not a door up the stairs that
right?
exit
Like,
out
what
the house.
What the fuck's that gonna do for you? There's no back door. Okay, what are you gonna do? Jump out the window and fucking break your legs or your fucking head? You just dive out that shit? What's that gonna do? And you're gonna end up being dead or hurt.
Well, whoa, shit, babe. What the fuck? My wife's throwing the mic at me, literally. Ain't that about a bitch? Whatever. That's like, I can't remember what film it was, though. I think it was one of the scary movies. She runs up and she's like, there's like a table of weapons. And it's like, there's a knife, there's a gun, there's an Uzi, there's like ridiculous shit. There's like fucking serious weapons, like shit that you could grab up, turn around. That dude is dealt with. It's fine. You're good. Right? And she picks up like the dumbest shit you can, like a fucking like something that was worse than a candlestick.
Right.
Yeah. That's what fucking horror movie characters do, dude. It's like they're presented with a bunch of options, and they're like, I'm going to pick the stupidest one. What is that?
Like, out of all the weapons that you see that will literally save your life, why in the blue fuck will you thought that was smart enough to choose that?
For real. I will say, though, in the Lights Out, I did love the black light effect on that chick. And how they were able to like they really highlighted and showed that character in the light in some sense to where you could really get a good look. Because that character, that's the best things I can say about this movie are one, that character looked really good and it was creepy the way she moved around and shit. And two, the boyfriend was at least intelligent where everyone else was a moron. I can't really say much else good about this film, Chuckles.
Those are the only two things that I actually do agree on.
Yeah, see, well, and I'll tell you something else, too, as far as saying it's cliche. Another cliche, fucking classic mother sacrifice, like the self-sacrifice at the end. It was so... I was like, I felt like I knew it was going to happen fucking 20 minutes before it did. And I was like, well, I've seen that before.
Yeah, the sacrifice. Yeah.
I mean, for real.
And all of a sudden, when she committed suicide, all of a sudden Diana disappears.
See, and that doesn't stick right with me either, just based on the fact that that bitch is supposed to be based on people's belief in her. Well, wouldn't the kid and the fucking sister, like, wouldn't the two kids of that that woman both believe in that bitch because they'd seen what they'd seen, or even the boyfriend for that matter? I don't think I could not believe in that bitch at that point had I seen what I seen.
Exactly.
It's insane. It's just ridiculous.
It's like every time they make these type of endings where all of a sudden this monster like disappears, everything's all happy dorky and shit like that.
Yeah, see, I find that weird. Man, let's get on, because I know the next film is the one that's really the next film is the one we're really going to get into. But before we do that, and cut to some dope music, because I got something dope for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll pick what while we figure out what Chuckles rated that, because I'm curious. Chuckles gave Clown a 6. What you giving Lights Out?
Like 2.
Damn! Chuckles said 2.
I wasn't interested, man. I was not interested.
2.
I have to give it a solid 2. I know people are going to hate me for this shit, but I don't give a fuck.
Man, I mean, dude, wow. I don't know now. Let me see. Like, really? Nah, see, I ain't just kidding, because I'm gonna stick with what I was gonna say, which is a 3. I think it was a 3. There were, if you're a fan of horror films, there were a couple decent jump scares. It was very cliche. It was. There was a shitload of cliche bullshit in that movie. The more I talk, the more I want to give it a 1.
Yeah, all right. All right, just to make things fair, I'll agree with you. I'll probably give it a 3.
Because there were a couple good aspects. You know, the acting was okay, and it wasn't like piss poor, fucking terrible ass acting.
Sharknado.
Yeah, it's just like the concept to it. It just made it all the characters unlikable except for the fucking boyfriend.
Oh hell! My wife just said it's better than Sharknado.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Now I have to ask real quick: is Sharknado a horror film?
Yeah, that's scary as fuck.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You wouldn't? Chuckles is like, I wouldn't recommend it. I was gonna recommend it for review, but whatever. So babe, Lights Out. We got a 3 from Chuckles, a 3 from myself. He decided to revise and give a 3.
Mine was it's not as bad as Sharknado.
Oh, my wife's review is not as bad as Sharknado. I like my wife's review. God damn. That shit is cold as clay by Grave Dog. We'll be right back.
Standing there watching a hearse go by. Maybe it's your time to die. They wrap you up tight in a big black sheet. From your head down to your feet. The maggots crawl in and the maggots crawl out. Through your body and out your mouth. Soul flies away as your body decays. That's what happens when you cold as clay.
Oh, I'm not leaving you out.
What's up? This is Bandit. You're running with No Fucks Given Radio. Check me out on Facebook.com/BanditJMC. So just go when I'm ready, or what?
I just popped your skull so hard, your eyeball just popped out.
I've never done this shit before, man. SoundCloud is SoundCloud.com/Bandit/JMC.
Running like a broken faucet, bullseye on you post like you work at Target. Looking street smart, I should be applauded. Got a letter and some bitches to begin to start. Reach my full potential, you will see why my mental got me doing acrobatics verbally.
I might kill this asshole. Fuck. Shout out to everybody listening.
Oh shit, we're back. No Fucks Given Radio, that's what's up. Yeah, it's the Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour, motherfuckers, with your host Chuckles, the Headhunter Clown, and myself, the Unknown Factor. Yeah, we've already cut into Eli Ross Clown. Dude, we cut hard into Lights Out, like a couple assholes up in this bitch.
We did. We surely did.
Oh, damn. fucking gonna have the motherfuckers that got a hold of that or creating that getting a hold of us. Like, I don't know what the fuck your asshole's problem is.
They're not a sponsor.
You're not a sponsor. Sponsor us, motherfucker, and I'll be nice. I don't give a shit how. Well, no, I take that back. Even if someone sponsored us, I couldn't be nice about a shitty product. If you got a shitty product, ladies and gentlemen, you got a shitty product. Yeah. That's the motherfucking truth. But man, the last film tonight, man, the last film's a classic, dog. And this is, again, one of your recommendations. I'll be honest, I had never sat and watched this entire fucking movie, Chuckles, which might offend you, you being the headhunter clown. I apologize ahead in time. But, goddamn, this movie's long.
Oh, shit.
Just
it's
my
a
initial
long-ass
complaint.
movie, but it was a good-ass movie.
I'll give you that. It was. Now, what we're referring to is Stephen King's classic, It, from, god damn it, I thought I had the fucking...
Wasn't it like 1990 something?
It was,
Came out on November 18th of 1990.
Oh, November 18th of 1990. Chuckles is like, I know the exact date, fucker. I don't even fucking... Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, he knows more about this shit than I do. That's just the truth, man. Yeah.
Was that a made-for-TV movie?
Was it? Chuckles, was that made for TV?
Or was it...
It was back then, and I think it was for ABC.
Oh, yeah. You can just really tell with the... like certain cut points in that film. If you sit and watch all 3 hours, you can see that it's like, oh, look, they're cutting to a commercial.
Was it?
Yeah, he said it was made for ABC.
Right, it felt like that. It felt like it.
Yeah. Dude, there were a couple times watching that film, I was waiting to fucking see like a Nestle commercial or some shit with what I was watching. I fucking, I was like, who gave me a TARDIS and fucking threw me back in time? Because I'm waiting for some fucking old school Coke commercials or something. It was weird. Let me see. So yeah, this movie, let me see. It started out, right? Wait, is this the beginning of my notes? I don't think this is the beginning of my notes on it. No, see, Jesus Christ, I took too many fucking notes on this movie, Chuckles. Oh my God.
Damn.
So I just say, like, sitting down to watch this for the first time, which I know it's odd that, me being 33, this is the first time I'd ever sat down and watched it in its entirety. The first thing I thought about this, dude, is they introduced Pennywise really fucking quickly.
Yeah, man, they really did. Like, right off the bat.
Yeah. Like, it was the first couple minutes, dude, and here's fucking Georgie at the fucking, drain, and fucking here's Pennywise popping up. Creepy as fuck, man. Why do you think, I'm curious, why do you think they introduced that character so quickly? Because it seems, especially for a horror film, an odd choice.
I think pretty much they want to get off the bat, because sometimes when you see movies, not just horror, they always like to take a slow pace down until they get to the characters, you know what I'm saying? Like, you first see these sceneries and stuff like that, and something pops up, all of a sudden a couple more minutes, then they get to the main characters. This particular film, they just want to get on to show off with the characters so people won't be waiting along. It's like, oh, when the fuck are they going to introduce the characters already? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I fully agree. Now, I'm curious because I know this is not Stephen King's first film as far as films from his book. And I know it's commonly said that pretty much all his books take place in the same town, which, babe? Derry. Yeah, they all take place in the town of Derry. In Maine. So now do you think perhaps that's the reason that they didn't want to so much go over it, because the town had already technically been previously introduced in other movies?
Yeah, and certain other movies are all placed in the same state where Stephen King lives. In certain other movies, I think the only movie that was not in Maine, I know this is off topic, was Misery, because that was in Colorado.
Well, The Stand wasn't in Maine either, technically, was it?
I believe no. Yeah.
Right, yeah. That's just, I mean, and by not in Maine, I mean that technically they weren't in fucking a physical reality of whatever. That's spoilers for a totally different fucking movie we're not even talking about.
Right,
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're going off fucking topic.
The Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour, where we spoil all old horror films. Just make sure you've seen them before you tune in.
Yeah, so if you watch it, so you're listening through and you see us talking about some shit that you don't want to hear, then you pretty much are fucked.
Right, you better fucking, like, stop the broadcast real quick. But I'll tell you, now, god damn it,
you need to put this shit on pause, and then you need to watch your fucking movies and then get back on here, and then you'll see what we're talking about.
Dude, I don't know if they can pause the live broadcast that long. They might have to wait until I post it up after the fact, I'll be real honest.
Yeah, so when we upload this shit, yeah, you all need to take a pause and then watch your film and then watch our shit.
Yeah. No, man, I can't remember. When I took this note, I can't remember if this was referring to when Georgie was lost, or if this is... No, this is referring to what was the current timeline, which, because in the original It, let's just clarify, for anybody that hasn't seen this, first off, fucking, like Chuckles said, yo, just, no, actually, well, man, yeah, stop the broadcast, go listen, go watch that fucking movie, and then, when this broadcast gets posted back up after the fact, when we're all done and I've got it edited and chopped up and everything, then come back and listen to it, just jumping at this point, because I'm about to spoil the fuck out of this film. But yeah, I mean, there were two separate timelines, and in the current timeline, they said there were already 6 kids missing. Dude, that cop seemed way too fucking calm.
Well, they said adults went missing all the time, too. Children just went missing at a more rapid rate. Like, it was normal there. It just started happening, you know.
So apparently it's normal for people to just vanish in this town then, Chuckles?
And then when Pennywise comes around...
That's not normal. That's not like where you just like say, like, happens every day. No, you don't do that at all. That shit's fucking serious.
Apparently in Stephen King's fucking Maine, you do. I never want to visit Stephen King's Maine.
His Maine don't give a fuck.
Oh my god. His fucking Maine gives less of a fuck than my radio does. And that's terrible. Holy fuck.
I think it said kids disappeared at like 6 times or 8 times the rate of adults. Something like that.
Kids disappeared at 6 times. Yeah, no. I'm
a lot
cool.
more than adults.
She said 6 times the rate of adults did. Now, she's not quite sure on that, but yeah, but whatever. I think you might be quoting the fact that there were 6 kids previously taken. Okay, well, maybe not. I don't know.
A number. I'm not sure on the number, but it said that it was a certain amount of times.
Yeah, I just think it's funny, though. Like, this starts happening, and these kids start vanishing. And then suddenly, this group of, there were 6 of them? No, there was more than 6. Yeah, the Losers Club. Huh? There was 7, I think. Yeah, there was 7. Yeah. You're right. There was 7. The Losers Club. I love that name. This is the Losers Club. Suddenly, all of a sudden, start remembering this horrific fucking shit that happened to them. Dude, I'm curious. I find that really odd that they moved and they just forgot. And I understand they say it's the thing, which is it, that caused this. But I'm just curious, Chuckles. Let's say that was you. Would you want to leave that town?
Well, if
you were one of those kids, one of the 7 kids, and had dealt with it in the past, do you think you want to get the fuck out of that when you grew up?
Shit, I would get the fuck out of it immediately.
I ain't even growing up. I'm just fucking leaving.
Shit, probably be a runaway kid.
Hey man, I mean, fuck.
Because if you see one of the kids and their families, some of their family members are fucked up to their kids.
Oh, dude, and look, we'll get into that. There is so many fucked up characters in this fucking story.
The kid with fake asthma.
Yeah, the kid with fake asthma. And you got the girl of the troop whose father is an abusive fucking asshole. You've got the bully who is a racist fucking prick. Jesus.
Even at the end of the movie.
Yeah, Henry Bowers is a cocksucker.
Yeah, even at the end of the movie. So here, let me ask you something. Because we're going to get into this. I just want to give a quick comparison. They're getting ready to remake it. Do you think they'll make that bully a racist asshole? Or do you think it's a line that Hollywood is not willing to cross anymore?
Well, Hollywood loves to bring in racism a couple times in film, so I'm pretty sure they're probably going to use that topic in it, which is kind of retarded. Why would they do that? But, in Stephen King, he likes to use that word a couple times, but it's like...
Well, see, but I can understand.
It's retarded.
Because historically, man, that shit has happened, and I do think it's something that needs addressed, but I don't think that's the way to do it. Now... And I love how you say specifically that word, because that's the word I'm curious if they'll cross. I mean, because you see it happen in Hollywood sometimes. The most blatant occurrence of a white dude just dropping that negligently through a film, I would have to say to me, is Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained. Because, god damn.
That movie... 100% N-word through N-word through.
That's an awesome movie.
Because Quentin Tarantino likes to use the N-word, and somehow he's not criticized. Like nobody be beating his ass and shit like that.
Because Samuel L. Jackson's cool with him. That's why.
Yeah, because if Samuel Jackson was in the movie and Quentin Tarantino called him the N-word, he would beat his ass.
Oh my god!
Not even scripted.
Oh.
But he was so lucky that they were close friends, dude.
I would love to. Whatever. Again, we're getting off topic. No, go fucking figure. It's what we do. No fucks given, right? But for real, like I said, dude, that bully,
right.
Like he's a race, dude. I just don't see. Because who's making that film? What company? Do you know? I'm curious. Who's putting out the current reproduction of it?
I think what I could remember, I believe, was Lionsgate, wasn't it?
Let's find out real quick. 2002 horror.
Wait, it was. I think it was Lean Pictures. Yeah, Lean Pictures.
I don't know who the fuck that is, so they might just goddamn well do what they want.
Or Vertigo Entertainment. That logo that has that film tape, they shipped it to like a V, that Vertigo.
Oh, they already got Pennywise cast, too. I will say that guy from the short bit, yeah, I've seen in the trailer, him playing Pennywise. It looks like they got somebody really good to, redo that as far as and be able to make it to where it's still at least close to what it was. I mean, you really can't say much more than that right now. Because, like I said, it's not out.
Right. And the movie don't come out till, like, September and shit like that. But, yeah, for the character, for the remake, at first, when I first put in the poster already before they made the trailer, I was kind of like, it's cool looking, but I wouldn't picture it like, being the official It until I saw the trailer to it.
Yeah, dude, they did good. I'll tell you the interesting thing about that trailer is, like, most of the scenes in that trailer are straight from the original movie, man. Like, you can see pretty much the exact same fucking shots.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
like the exact same, like, 1960s era type, like, environment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like the main thing, like the whole thing with Georgie running with his little boat. Like the only thing that's different is the fact that there was no comedy bump in the original. In that trailer, there's a little comedy bump where he's like, "Thump," and busts his fucking head,
Right. That I kind of laughed at that shit. I know that's fucked up, but that's like I laughed at it because it was out of nowhere.
Hell no, dude! You were supposed to laugh at that shit. I think that's the thing I expect.
Like, damn,
with this one.
He fucked his head up bad.
Yeah, that's the thing I expected with this one more than the old one. Is little spots like that for comic relief, which the original, there wasn't no fucking comedy relief in the original fucking It.
Yes,
no, there was no comedy. It was straight horror.
Wait, my wife disagrees. What the fuck comedy was there in it?
The part where the kid gets sucked into the drain and bent in half. Bent in half and sucked into the drain.
Did you hear that, Chuckles?
What was that? What'd she say?
The part where the kid, the bully, it's the bully, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not the bully, it's Seth Green. That happens to Seth Green, I think. I don't know. The kid that gets sucked into the drain and, like, folded in half at the waist and just sucked inside.
Oh, that was Belch. That was fucking Henry Ballard's friend. He gets pulled inside that pipe and his feet, like, go attached to his head.
Yeah.
That was more scary than it was comedy.
I don't know. According to my wife, it was fucking hilarious.
But I heard that scene in particular got everybody fucking afraid when they saw that. Like, everybody shaking. Because that pipe was thin as shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny. So the scene that my wife is highly amused by is the scene that had most people shitting their pants when this film came out. That's dope.
Yeah.
Babe, you got issues.
That's my favorite part.
You got fucking issues, babe. That was her favorite part. All I thought...
I was the fucked up one.
Dude, we're all pretty fucked up over here at No Fucks Given Radio. It's just the case. For anyone out there listening, if you're wondering if we're fucked up, I'll tell you right now, we all are. If you are fucking even a guest on this motherfucker, you are probably kind of fucked up. But it's No Fucks Given and we don't, right? But I will say, as far as with this, with the scene my wife just brought up, dude, that's what the thing I kept thinking throughout watching this film. And again, it's because I'd never seen it. The first thought I had, you can go ahead and laugh at this, Chuckles, was goddamn, Freddy Krueger is a ripoff of It.
Pennywise.
You think so?
And then I was like, wait a second. No, I take that back. Pennywise, It, is a ripoff, or is fucking getting ripped off by Freddy Krueger. I was like, I was wrong, because Pennywise was first.
That's why I heard a lot of people say that, man, because he has that same theory, because he pops up into people's heads and shit, makes them drive them crazy and shit, and he kills them after that.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing.
There was a lot of theories when people say that, when they thought that when they watched Nightmare on Elm Street, because it came after, I believe, no, hold on a second.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
The Friday the 13th, man, that shit was after.
I don't know.
Yeah, it came after. Yeah, there was always comparison, because these two have those same type of powers where they can be in everybody's, like, minds and fuck with them and drive them crazy until the point when they go insane that they kill them.
All right, real quick.
But
I said
Freddy
Friday the 13th.
Krueger's more different, though.
I just got to say, I said Friday the 13th. I meant Nightmare on Elm Street. My bad.
We're going off topic again. I'm sorry,
damn,
y'all.
dude. Well, no, it's still on topic because it's a comparison to the character of Pennywise. Actually, dude, Nightmare on Elm Street was released in '84. But yeah, I don't know when I don't know when the book It was written. And that's where you really get your comparison, because I'm just curious. Was published in September 1986. And when did I say Krueger was released? 84? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, really? So Krueger came before Pennywise?
Yeah, but King was really working on his book for years.
Yeah, so pretty much Freddy came before Pennywise.
See, but my wife makes a valid point, man. Stephen King was probably working on that book for a while.
Years.
Yeah, way before when Nightmare on Elm Street came about.
So that's a curiosity question. We'll get to a bit more between Krueger and Pennywise later, man, because I definitely wanted to get to that. Can I say real quick, dude, I think it's funny, Seth Green was in that fucking movie.
Yeah, he was a little kid back then.
Had me cracking up, dude. I was like, my wife was like, babe, Seth Green. I was like, oh shit, it is. dude that goes on to do
I think that was
fucking
one of
Robot
his first.
Chicken.
I think that was one of his first films they started in. I think.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it definitely had to be. That's one thing I will say about this film, though, dude. Like, it definitely is a film. It's got a slow build, and I think most Stephen King films are known for that, having a slow build, and then just getting really fucked up, really quick. Like, I mean, but it's a film that really tries to make you be empathetic towards the characters involved. Whether that worked with me or not, probably not. I could give a shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it is interesting to see because, like you said, most horror films don't do that nowadays, man. You fucking get a horror film nowadays that's not a major fucking huge blockbuster. They're really trying to put money into it. If that goes an hour and a half, you're lucky, and that's with the fucking credits,
right?
Why do you think that is, man?
You must of how long the movie is until it gets to the credits.
Well, no, I mean, as far as that, it seems that over time that character development in horror films has really fallen into the background.
Because ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, just like she said, they just don't have time for it. They just want to throw in some shit to make it go fast enough until they think that's part of the whole storyline. Until it's like, okay, we're going to throw this in until everybody sees it. People are going to have second thoughts of it, and then you're going to have a lot of pissed off people. Just like how they do for the remake for It, on the character design to it, a lot of people thought it was cool, and a lot of people were criticizing it. It's like, this shit does not look like Pennywise, this shit's going to look like garbage, and all that. Even like, don't get me wrong, even when I'm a diehard horror fan, and the moment I heard they were making the trailer, I was fucking making death threats towards the fucking producer of this shit, for real. Until I actually saw the trailer, it's like, it's different. I wouldn't compare it like to be the best version of the original Tim Curry Pennywise, but when you think about it, I would probably give it a chance to see how it is.
Oh yeah, dude, certainly. And I fully don't expect this film to be 3 fucking hours long, because that's what I'm saying about the whole slow build. I was an hour and 11 minutes into this fucking movie. People are still being called that have no idea that Pennywise is back. This is a fucking hour and 11 minutes into the movie, and everybody involved in this situation is not even aware of it, Chuckles. What the fuck? That is the slowest build I've ever seen in my life.
For real, though. It's like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Well, and that was Stan, too. I think that is the last guy they called. And fucking... He ends up, actually, I think it's crazy, dude, because at that point they go to a flashback and really kind of show how they ended up getting rid of Pennywise before they go back more into Stan and what happens to him. And I just want to say, how in the fuck did 7 little kids get solid-ass pieces of silver like that?
That is a good-ass fucking question.
I would really like to know, because I can't go get fucking a solid piece of silver like that right now. If I could go do that, I'd do it all the time and just make my money selling silver.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, too. I don't get why they would think that the silver would work. And is it just the fact that they thought the silver would work? Is that what made it work?
Some say that it makes it work, that makes them, what's that word? When a person gets affected, feels pain and shit like that. Effective, yeah. I think they think it was effective for him to get killed by it, pretty much. All it did was, like, melt his face.
Yeah, see, and then he just went into the drain. Like I said, yeah, at that point, they cut away, and that's pretty much, they thought they dealt with him. Then they make the promise, if he ever comes back, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when it ends up cutting back to Stan. And look, I'll tell you, the second that motherfucker walked into the bathroom, I was like, that dude is not walking out of the bathroom.
No, it's like, you see that motherfucker, like, pulls his hand and make a big-ass hole, and you're just in the corner, scared as shit. You know that your ass is going to get killed, but for some reason, Levy lets him go.
Yeah. It's... I don't even fucking get that, dude. Yeah. I love some of Pennywise's lines, too. Can I say that? Like, he has some greatly psychologically terrifying fucking lines in that film. Like the whole, you know, I want you all dead. Or you're all going to be dead. And then, like, yeah, and fucking, you know, I'm everything you ever were afraid of. Or, you know, you taste better afraid. Like, shit like that. Like, some of the lines they wrote from him, especially for the time, were very original and fucked up, man. Stephen King is fucked up. Can I just say that publicly?
Yeah.
He's a fucked up individual.
Yeah, those are my favorite lines from Pennywise. That you can tell when he says those words from a clown, the most disturbing way as possible is like, I'm every nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I am everything you ever were afraid of. Like, who says that type of shit? Like, my heart was fucking racing in that shit, dude. It's like, that was some original shit.
Yeah, dude, it was definitely, I mean, it was very well put together. Now, I want to know, so all this happens, dude, they make this promise, and then they all bounce town and fucking forget. The only guy that stays is Mike. Why the fuck would you stay?
I don't know. That's a good-ass fucking question, because he thinks that the dude is gone for good, because they thought they got rid of him, until that girl from the beginning gets kidnapped by, or gets killed by Pennywise. He knows it's him. So he calls up everybody to come back and say, we haven't finished it.
Yeah, hey, can I say, too, when they all start coming back, God, dude, I'm sorry, I don't remember all these characters' names. Chuckles, you had me watching way too many films. But the guy that's kind of has a very, like, he's a fucking asshole. He's the asshole of the group. He's like that fucking asshole friend that's like, hey, how's everybody doing? And you just want to punch him. That guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
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 You know, the guy I would be in the group. But when he goes to that library, man, I'll tell you, there's a thing I found really interesting when they start dropping the balloons that are full of blood. I will give, there were 3 people, they popped balloons right in their face. And I'll give props to the one motherfucker that was just like stone cold, didn't move a fucking inch, blink, nothing, just took it. Because only 1 out of 3 didn't flinch. And that dude's fucking hardcore.
But I bet you right now they probably took so many takes for them just to get used to that blast and then fucking and get that solid stare. Or unless you are one of those people that don't flinch, you just don't flinch, fit that role pretty well. Because if that was me, I'll be nervous as shit the moment that balloon gets near my face. I'll just cringe up a little bit. It's like, oh, fuck. And then boom, right in my face and shit.
Yeah, it'd be really hard not to have that natural reaction, especially knowing that not only is it going to pop, but it's going to pop and spray shit on your face. You know, I mean, that's like, and you're going to have that in your fucking head knowing the whole time. That's like I said, I give props to, it was the one old man. That motherfucker didn't flinch. Everyone else did, you know, and that motherfucker just runs away scared. I'll tell you, that's the other thing, dude. And this is why I bring up, like, this character is so comparable to Freddy Krueger. It's ridiculous on so many different levels. Because it's like the thing, he'll get in your head, and he'll show you a bunch of shit, and only you can see it. So it's only fucking with you, and everybody else thinks you're psychotic. Which, again, is something Freddy Krueger was known to do. Dude, I want to know, who do you think was based off who? Because I feel like one of these characters is a ripoff of the other. It has to be. There are way too many fucking similarities between these two characters. They both like kids. They both are completely dependent upon your fear of them. And they both ostensibly use bullshit trickery to kill you. Who do you think was the ripoff, Chuckles? Especially based on the dates I just gave you. You think like fucking, what's the guy that did Freddy Krueger? God damn, did I really just lose that like that?
Robert Englund?
Yeah, no, not the guy that played it, the guy that created it.
Wes Craven.
Yeah, Wes Craven, god damn. I had Stephen King way too stuck in my head. I was like, it's the guy that did Scream. God damn it, who did Scream? But do you think Wes Craven got like an early look at Stephen King's fucking writings for it and was like, hey, or do you think it was like the other way around? Fucking, Stephen King got a look at fucking, what Wes Craven was writing and was like, hey, and they cause that looks like fuckery. You can't tell me it don't.
Oh, I know for sure Wes Craven probably never read the book. I'm pretty sure he never did and just thought this through himself. I wouldn't necessarily think neither one of them's the ripoff. I think they do it with their own certain style, even though they have those certain powers, they do it. Freddy was more like you were physically like harmed in your dreams, and Pennywise was more psychological.
Definitely true.
When I say psychological, like he like fucks with your head to the point where you actually see him. Freddy will literally like cut you, and then you're literally in that state and you see that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that. I do. Man, that's what, and can I say...
So I would say Freddy's more physical and Pennywise is more psychological.
See, and I can agree with that because you can see it was at an hour and 43 minutes. I took some fucking serious notes, dude, writing down times and everything. Pennywise is like, just clearly saying that he doesn't want them there. They need to leave. Which, to me, as a person, that if you're fucking trying to intimidate me, and your intimidation boils down to you need to leave, then that means that you're not a threat to me. I'm a threat to you.
Exactly, especially when they're older now. He told them, like, you need to leave. You're all too old. You're not even a threat to me anymore. Because he's going after the younger kids. He doesn't care about the adults.
See, and I feel like they didn't pick up on that. God, I guess it goes back to that whole thing of just fucking characters in horror films do not pick up on cues at all.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and they'll make things a little out of proportion, which to me, to this day, and I'm pretty sure everybody who's listening agrees with me, at the very end, when they're in the tunnel, you don't see Pennywise as his form that he is. He comes out as a fucking giant spider.
See, and yeah, in that final form, that's another thing I don't get. Because I know they said it was supposed to be based on their fears. So are you telling me everybody's fucking biggest fear in that room was a giant fucking spider?
Maybe. That just made everything confused. What everybody confused. Okay, they're clowns are by far the most scariest creatures on planet Earth to this day. But why on earth?
Shut the fuck
Why would
up.
you make him turn into a giant spider at the very end? It makes no sense.
Because you know why? Because they was like, Wild Wild West, y'all. Sorry. I just could not help myself at fucking all on that, Chuckklez. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. They must have had that director that directed Wild Wild West for that shit. That's about the only thing I can say.
That fucking giant spider mechanical thing.
Oh, Jesus.
That movie's so old. Now I gotta watch it again.
Dude, I don't know if I haven't watched it in a long time. I don't know that I would recommend rewatching it. I don't know that I would either. But whatever. That's, again, not what we're on. We fucking go off topic on this motherfucker like a motherfucker. That's what we do. We're on it, man. Like I said, at about that point, dude, like I say, he's like, I don't want to fucking, like, get the fuck out of here. You fuckers shouldn't be here. And he's essentially just trying to use psychological or bullshit to scare him off. And dude, it was at that moment in the film where I was like, okay, so he really can't fucking deal with him. And he realizes it. And he knows. So, at that point in the film, for me, anyways, and I guess it's because I'm watching it at 33 and it's not 1990, I instantly realized that these characters aren't really in that much of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of them might die. That's it. I was right. One more died.
Yeah, one of them died. I forgot what his name was. He had asthma,
Stan, no, not Stan. Bill? No. Damn it, I wrote that down somewhere. I did. I don't know where, though. I took too many notes on this fucking film, dude. I really did. Holy shit. It's bad when you took so many notes on one film. You're like, where's that one part? Eddie. It's Eddie with the fake name.
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, he was the one that died in the group.
Hey, you know, that's another thing. Let's bring up this. I find this really, really, really fucking weird that right before they go in to that cave, Eddie's all like, man, I just got to tell you guys, I've never been with anyone. I've never, like, this motherfucker admits to being a virgin right before they go into this shit.
He pretty much did, like, right off the bat.
And doesn't that, like, completely defy the rule of movies? I thought the virgin was supposed to live.
They thought they were, but now that they're older, they wanted to say, hey, one of the group members has to die. You know what? Actually, 2 members died in the group. Yeah, it was 2 members. I think it was the first one. I believe it was the guy with the asthma. Yeah, I believe so. And then it was Eddie.
Well, no, Eddie was the guy with the asthma.
I gotta look back again because I'm fucking forgetful with names.
Oh, I feel you, dude. That's why I took notes.
He appears back to them. He's in a TV or a microwave, and his head's in the microwave and shit like that.
Oh, that's Stan. Yeah, that committed suicide.
Yeah, that's Stan. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't really necessarily say. Yeah, but he didn't even get to the fucking town. That motherfucker pussed out long before he even had an issue.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, yeah, he's one of the members. He's one of the groups that died, but not from Pennywise. I think from himself.
Well, because they said, that was the thing, they said he had looked into the death lights, is what they call them. Stan had saw them and wanted to be there. So, like, and that's if you guys have watched this. At the very end of the show, when he turns into a giant spider, at one point he all gets up on his hind legs, and out of his torso, there are these fucking lights coming out. Apparently, that's the death light.
Dead light.
Yeah, dead light. And that's apparently where Stan wanted to be. And, I mean, if you watch the film, you can even see they all start stepping into it one at a time. And they all just ostensibly become in a trance, like, ooh, pretty, you know? I mean, it's true, dude. You know? I'll tell you, like, there's just so many crazy flaws in that story. Like, the whole thing with the silver is one of the things that really throws me off. And I'll tell you another thing, to bring up that silver again. So she misses twice in that final scene, man, with the slingshot on the silver. And then you're telling me she manages in that big-ass fucking cave, Chuckklez, to go find one of those pieces of silver.
It made no goddamn sense. Yeah, that was the one scene that kind of like made me lost a little bit.
It's like, this cavern's big as fuck. I really don't think you watched that piece of silver's trajectory like that. Because you're not thinking like that.
Or the one time when he drops into the pipe and his face is all melted, they show his hand, and it was like a green alien hand, not his glove hand, but like a monstrous green hand. And you hardly see him with those hands.
Oh God, Chuckklez! Now I have to go back and check that because I don't remember that particular moment.
Yeah, when he drops down to the pipe, when he got hit in the face, he drops down to the pipe, and all you see after it cuts back to him was a green, like alienish, monstrous hand.
Yeah, no, I totally missed that. I'll be honest, man. There was a lot of times I was busy writing a note, so I missed like 5 seconds because I was, what are you gonna do? I was trying to take it seriously, but I just don't have time to pause it every time I'm writing a note, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't have fucking time. I'm sorry. If somebody wants to donate a cloner to me, I'll do that. But elsewise, we're just gonna have to do it the way it is. I'll tell you another fucked up thing. Why do you think it is that Pennywise, he tortured all these kids, but the bully he came back to, and like he used that motherfucker?
Yeah, because he knew that they came back, he didn't want to deal with them, so he had Henry Bowers, who was a fucking racist, like old ass dude in a fucking that catering for old people and shit like that.
He looked like he was.
It was weird. It's like his face was up in the moon. He got him tranced and had them kill one of the members, but not all of them.
Well, no, see, he didn't even kill anybody. He ended up stabbing Mike.
No, he didn't kill him.
Yeah, he just stabbed Mike.
He stabbed Mike and called him the N-word, of course.
Well, what the fuck is that, dude? Like, goddamn, dude, you're still that much of a racist? Like, fuck.
Yeah. Or when Pennywise reappears to Henry Bowers as Belch, like the same teenage kid of Belch who he killed back in their childhood days. He's like, you know that this motherfucker's playing you, right? You think that he's still around? You think he's still alive and shit? And he got him in a trance and had him stab Mike.
Well, hey, that's another. I'll tell you what. Why in the fuck, too, when Mike got stabbed? Hey, Chuckles, if me and you are chilling and somebody runs in and just stabs me, what are you gonna do?
Fight him.
All right, wait, let me. Okay, let's take that to the next step. I apologize, and I greatly appreciate that as well, Chuckles. That you would be like, "Fucking, why are you stabbing Factor?" You know. But no, let's say I've been stabbed, and we're fucking laying, and you're in the room, and I'm there. What the fuck are you doing next?
Exactly, right? It made no goddamn sense.
But no,
like, where the fuck did you came from, dude?
Well, no, not that, dude. But I'm saying if it's just me and you're going to call 911, right? You're not going to fucking try and drag my fucking near the lifeless body into a car and try me. Like, call fucking 911. Apply pressure.
Exactly.
Call 911. Don't drag your buddy around to make sure he dies.
Exactly.
And this is life advice, too, for anyone listening. If you have a buddy of yours and he gets stabbed, don't try and drag his ass to the hospital. You apply pressure and you call 911. Because if you move him around, you are far likely to cause internal bleeding or some kind of other issue that wasn't even there. Yeah, because
he's going to bleed out and shit. You're going to make it even worse.
I totally just did not get that, dude. It goes back to that thing that fucking horror movie characters are just senseless. They really are. Hey, and I'll tell you what, at the end of that, dude, why the fuck is it that Bill's the one that goes hardcore? The one that's been a pussy the whole time.
Because the bitch somehow always becomes like he's grown his balls at the very end of the movie, I guess. That was kind of funny. It made no sense. I think they feel hella bad for the character, and they say, I know this. All right, this guy's been a bitch throughout this whole entire movie. Let's give him his balls and just go on with it.
Oh, hell no. I still agree with old boy. They should have just brought a machine gun. Like, why the fuck would you not arm yourself better? I mean, for real, dude, you know you're going to face that.
Right?
You are adults now. Go get a goddamn piece. Take a fucking shotgun in there. You know what I'm saying? Fucking load that fucking, like, break that chunk of silver up into 4 pieces. Load a chunk of it in the fucking front of the barrel. Fire one off. If you miss that one, load that next chunk. Fucking pump that motherfucker. You got 4 shots that way. As opposed to the dumbass shit they did with a slingshot.
And shit, yeah, Beth was the one that can use a slingshot because everybody can't use it for shit. Because she says she has good aim than anybody else, but missed the first time and shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love that, too. She's got the best aim. Well, why'd she miss? I do love, too.
Yeah, exactly. Why'd she miss? Why'd you miss, bitch? Why'd you miss?
I do love, too, at that end scene, dude, even when they're in there with the spider. That motherfucker, like, right before you see the whole spider reveal when they're trying to walk to get to that point, that motherfucker is still just trying to get them to leave. It's like he knows.
Because now that they're adults, he knows that they will be able to kill him. Like, he was trying to scare them off and shit. Because when they were kids, they were helpless. Now that they're adults, he knows that he was going to get his ass beat.
Yeah. I gotta say, My wife made 2 points. She's actually went to fucking bed on me. She's like, fuck this, babe. It's late. But she made 2 points while we were watching this, dude. One, she's like, babe, this is like a grown-up Goonies.
It did. You know what? It kind of had that same environment as the Goonies, but an all grown-up version.
Yeah.
That was a good fucking point right there.
Yeah. And that spider, she said that spider just looked awesome.
I hated the spider. I know people agree with me. I hated that spider.
Dude, it's the one thing, because, I mean, like I said, I never sat and watched that film, but I was aware of that a long time ago. I mean, going in to watch this film when I did, I knew at the end there was going to be this giant fucktard of a spider, and I was like, what the fuck's the fucking point of this shit? Because, yeah, you're right, dude. There's so many other ways I think they could have taken it that would have played out way better. Even if it was just fucking Pennywise as a clown and, like, you know, why not just make it to
turn him to like a freakish, like, scary-ass monster, you know?
Hell no. You know what would have been terrifying? 5 Pennywises.
What's up? 5 Pennywises and shit.
Yeah. Just make as many Pennywises as there are adults. That's fucking terrifying. Why in the fuck were you ever to replicate yourself? I mean, I would be way more concerned about that than a giant fucking spider.
Exactly. I think that would fit a lot better for that ending part than him as a giant spider, because that was just completely at random.
So then, let me ask, do you think, Chuckles, in the remake, do you think you'll see a giant spider?
I'm pretty sure they're going to use that fucking giant spider. I really know for sure they're going to use that giant spider. Man, but we never know, though, because we never know, because they might keep them as kids throughout that movie, or they might go expand it just like how we saw the original It, when they first start off as kids and they start off as adults.
See, and I like that idea, because me and you were discussing that a little as far as earlier. If they just did it to where it was just a story of just the kids, dude, I think that would be fucking awesome. I really do. I think that's the best thing they should do to get this to where it works. And then even then, they could set it up to where they could do a sequel and have it to where they're adults later. So it's good for marketing.
That could work. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
But the thing though is, like, it never had a sequel, so we never know. It could be a sequel. Yeah, because that's a good question though. Because Stephen King, when you see his movies, he never had a sequel to any of his other films.
Well, Pet Cemetery is him. Pet Cemetery has a sequel.
Yeah, with a different story-wise to it.
Oh, well, fair enough. Yeah, it's not. It's based in a completely different family. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're right, man. He don't really write sequels. He just sometimes writes long-ass stories, like the Stand. So, yeah, there's that. Hey, can I say, back to the spider real quick, though. Dude, they punched it to death. What the fuck?
Yeah, they punched it to death. Like, what the fuck was this? That just made me upset a lot. It's like, okay, you guys could have done this a long fucking time ago, and all of a sudden then they ripped its heart out or something like that, and then it died or something.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, they reached into the spot in its chest, if memory serves me proper, where it was like hollow, and the deadlights were coming out of. And yeah, ripped some, I assume it was supposed to be its heart. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't think in this remake they should do the spider. And if they do, I pray to God, I pray on every fucking thing that helps control this shit, that they don't have the characters beating the spider to death by hand. That's retarded.
Yeah, that'll be fucking retarded indeed. And I know for sure it's probably going to be like one of those digital monsters that they're going to make as a giant spider, because now that we upgraded our movies and qualities and shit, everybody's going full 3D-ish now. They're going to use that shit. And this time they're probably going to be creative and probably use like a weapon.
I see that. I mean,
if they can find one.
Yeah, it could work both ways, really. I mean, it's one of those things. I hope I hope they don't fuck up the remake, because like I said, the original, it was pretty good, especially based on watching it, that it came out in 1990, and it's a fucking movie that's 27 years old. I mean, you always have to account for that, in my opinion, when watching old films. I'll tell you though, 2 final notes on the original It, man. 1, Andrea. I think it was, not Eddie's girlfriend. It was fucking the writer's girlfriend. You know who I'm talking about?
Billy's wife.
Yeah. Okay. She just got fucked by those deadlights, dude. I don't know what the fuck, that dude.
He got fucked up, yeah.
Can I say it is so retarded to me that the solution was was getting on a bike and fucking going downhill really fucking fast. And that got her away from it?
Yeah, it just, it was so weird. She was in that state where she couldn't move. She didn't do nothing. She was in that dead light. She was in that, what was that word? She was stuck in those dead lights. And all of a sudden, he just takes her to a bike ride and goes downhill. She just wakes up like she snaps out of it. It didn't really make sense to me at all for that part. It was like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, not only that, dude, they almost died during that bike ride, 4 or 5 times.
You killed it, and all of a sudden you guys are gonna fucking die of a fucking bike crash or shit?
Dude, you gotta admit, that, in my opinion, would have made a funnier ending. He's just trying to fix his girl, suddenly they just both get taken out by a fucking semi because he's a dumbass.
That'll be fucking funny. You just go downhill, all of a sudden a random truck just runs him over.
See, no, that would show. That would just be Pennywise really getting that final laugh like he did. Because I do like how they did that. Because, I mean, you always got to give that villain the final little moment before you cut the credits. And they definitely did that. That would have been so much better.
And we will probably get another sequel of it. But damn, they never did.
Oh, yeah, dude. I guarantee that would have justified a sequel. So, man, going to that, man. I mean, I definitely think it was a great film. So, man, what would you rate that? That old school one?
I would say, besides the spider and besides all the topics that we said, it was kind of weird and shit. I still have to give it a 9 out of 10 because the storyline to it and the characters and even Tim Curry playing the role as himself, it was a fucking awesome movie.
Man, are we just going to agree on ratings throughout this whole show? Because that could get really fucking boring. I'm just saying. Why the fuck do Factor and Chuckklez always agree? We ain't planning this shit out ahead of time, ladies and gentlemen.
We're just being honest with y'all. Yeah. We're just being fucking honest, y'all.
Yeah, really, because, I mean, I would definitely have to give it a 9 as well. I mean, and like I said, it's one of those things taking into account that it was made 27 years ago. And in doing that, dude, yeah, it's definitely a solid fucking 9. If you haven't seen it, I definitely would recommend checking it out. Now, I mean, we've obviously both watched the trailer, and we've went through some of our expectations with that. You intend to go check that out, man?
I'll give it a chance to see how it is. Because at first, I wasn't fully pumped up for the trailer from the beginning when they started making it, but when I first saw the trailer, it kind of interests me a little bit. So, yeah, I'll give it a chance.
See, yeah, my only real comparison in that is I think the new one's probably going to focus way more on jump scares as opposed to the psychological like the original did.
Yeah, that's what I hate sometimes. And I understand they wanted to do jump scares because, of course, it's horrors. You're going to see some jump scares. I just feel like they're trying to go to that concept where you see that more often than what you see originally from the originals.
Oh, yeah, dude. I don't think there's fucking ever a way you're going to stop that, though. Like, everybody, because they're always just trying to find that next little pop, So, man, damn.
So here's a good question, though. Do you think they're going to have him the same characteristics as Tim Curry's Pennywise?
From what I've seen in the trailer, and I mean, mind you, that wasn't much, unfortunately. It very much seemed to match the mannerisms and tone of the original as far as Pennywise is concerned. Now, dude, where they go with that, I think they would be foolish not to really hold on to that side of the character. You know, it'd be like fucking, I don't know though, man. I say that, but then I look at like, you know, you look at Jack Nicholson's The Joker, which always was considered the most iconic, and then fucking Heath Ledger did it, and then everybody was like, no, that was better. So I don't know, man. I hope they at least hold to the original truth of the character and keep him to where he is creepy and psychological and not a character that's just looking for jump scares. You know, that's the thing that I think really worries me about this film, is they'll turn it into a character that's just more to get you to go, ah, as opposed to fucking like fuck your head up to where you can't think for a year, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that 400%.
Seaside. I don't know, man. I hope it's good. But man, you know what? I think it's time, Chuckles. Because this is the debate section. And God knows what side we're either going to pick. Hell, we might end up picking the same fucking side. Right? Because like I said, these shows, I think, should always just end with an epic battle to the death. Yeah. And this one is Pennywise versus Freddy Krueger. God damn. That'd be a hell of a fight to watch.
Okay. Who do you think who win?
Yeah.
I'll say Freddy.
You really think Freddy would take that?
Yeah, because, like I said, Freddy was more physical. Pennywise was more psychological.
But Freddy was mainly physical in the dream world. He didn't like really getting physical in the real world, where Pennywise can transform into a giant spider and do whatever the fuck he wants. In the real world, Freddy doesn't have those powers in the real world, man. Freddy in the real world is a dude with a fucking claw on his hand that looks like Deadpool, you know, in a fucking shitty ass shirt.
You know what? That's actually that's very good right there. Yeah. If Pennywise could drag him out of the dream world into to reality, Pennywise would have overcome Freddy.
But do you really think so? So in that, then the only way Freddy has an advantage is if Pennywise is in the dream world. Wouldn't that not happen?
Yeah, because Freddy can't die in the dream world. No matter how many times you try to do it, he comes right back.
Well, yeah, but that's my point, though. But because I mean, they don't really ever address Pennywise in a dream world. I mean, he fucks with some people in their dreams. He doesn't do anything to the extent Freddy does, obviously. But I still don't think that character in Pennywise would be someone that Freddy could fuck with. Even if that motherfucker was asleep. Because it goes back to the one before Dream Warriors, man, in the Friday the 13th, in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Dream Warriors.
Yeah, where they're like training them and shit. I would like to think that Pennywise's mind would be more on point to defend himself against Freddy Krueger than any of those children.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's very.
Yeah,
because he'll come up some psychological towards Freddy that'll make him confused and shit. That'll just fuck up with his head, and then Pennywise will get more of the offense of it.
Yeah, I could see Pennywise being a dick and making Freddy Krueger think he was a little kid and then raping him or some shit. Hey, man, I'm just saying, these characters are pretty fucked up. And no offense, ladies and gentlemen, so am I. I can have those kind of fucked up, but whatever. I mean, I could just see, because that would honestly do with what you know of Freddy Krueger. If you wanted to fuck his head, what would fuck his head more than that?
For real.
He's going to be like, whoa, I'm not cool with this at all. I'm really not. Pennywise is going to be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm your worst nightmare.
But what if he takes them out of the real world and then Pennywise turns into that giant spider and Freddy has his gloves and he has the ability to just slice them open and shit?
See, and that's if you take it to a real world encounter like that, man. I honestly, as fucked up as it is, I honestly think that Pennywise would have a greater advantage in the dream world. And I say that because he is far more psychological, where Freddy will just straightforward fuck with you on like a gore level. Pennywise will fuck with your head on the goddamn level Freud would have, if you wanted to fuck with your head. So I think you'd be able to break down Freddy in that aspect. But yeah, like you said, if you take it to the real world, I mean, you got that whole aspect. Yeah, Pennywise can transform to whatever. But yeah, he was never someone that really got physical like that in the real world, as opposed to where if you pull Freddy out into the real world, he'll shove that glove straight into your torso and lift you the fuck up. I'd be like, what, bitch? Thought you were fucking with me, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'd have to say with this fight, if it's in a dream world, and that's fucking weird. If it's in a dream world, yeah, I think Pennywise would win. But I think if it got into the actual reality, man, I think
Freddy would win.
That's in the reality, dude. I don't know. I think Freddy would have a better chance of winning, but I don't know. I think those are pretty even odds, man.
Yeah, it's pretty even.
I just think in the dream world, Pennywise has a serious advantage, though. It's not even fair. I don't think it is, just because I think Freddy's too stupid. Hey, not to be a dick, dude, but Freddy's kind of a dumbass, right?
In parts, yeah. He's more of like he fucks around with them like it's funny and shit like that, so it gets to a point where he just kills them.
See, you don't fucking go off on some, fucking I'm your worst nightmare. I'm everything you've ever feared. I fucking, like, that's, if you got a clown screaming that at you in your fucking, like, just floating above your head, that's way scarier than I've ever seen anything Freddy Krueger do.
Yeah, because Freddy Krueger is like one of those, he's like those nightmares that you will literally be afraid that chases after you with a fucking knife or like glove, like a knife glove that scares the shit out of you, while you have Pennywise, who's a clown that everybody's scared as shit of, up in your face and with those dead lights, and yeah, you're fucked.
So let's just say overall, who do you think really would take that, man? Because I gotta go with Pennywise. I do. I think he's smarter, and I think that's why he would win.
Damn, that's a good. I'm still debating, man. It's hard. It's hard because I like Freddy and I like both of them. But we were talking about this whole time, I would say Pennywise.
Yeah, especially in the dream world. If it's a real world, ladies and gentlemen, Freddy's got a chance. But if it's the dream world, fuck.
If Pennywise turns into a spider, then yeah, he's fucked.
Yeah, I would hope Pennywise wasn't stupid enough to do that against a man who's just got 5 knives for fingers. Because I think I was just asking to get your fucking long-ass legs cut off, personally.
Yeah, then yeah, he's pretty much done.
Oh, dude. That's fucking terrible. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the debut of the Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour. Yeah, next week, or no, shit. Hold on. We are not doing this next week. What in the fucking fuck is wrong with me? What am I trying to do to myself here, Chuckles?
Yeah, what are you trying to do to yourself, unknown factor?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Next Wednesday, we should have MRE on here with the show. I'm not sure. I got to contact them a little bit more. And then the next Wednesday, we actually should have a little bit of Rhyme Sick up in the fucking house starting debuting their show. And then the next Wednesday after that, I think, as long as this all works properly with the months and everything, will be the Super Nintendo Hour, episode 2. And then the next fucking Wednesday after that will be the second Wednesday of next month will be episode 2 of the Freaky Fucked Up Fear Hour, which was what I was trying to get to. I don't know why I was trying to move it to next week, Chuckles. I don't. I'm apparently trying to give us both fucking coronaries. That's my goal in life. Yeah. But just so you know, though, next episode we'll be going over The Thing. Yeah, both the classic original as well as the prequel that was made later, and touching on the book a little bit, which fucking the movie derived from, as well as we're gonna check in on. Wait, God damn it! I have too many notes, dog. Where did I put those ones? Shit.
Yeah.
There you go. Do you remember what else we're reviewing, man?
Oh, we're also going to be reviewing Rob Zombie's 31.
Yeah. And then, I don't give a shit what Chuckles says. We're only reviewing the first Child's Play, not the whole goddamn series. We have already went way over the time frame we had for this show as far as what was set, just with 3 movies. I'd hate to see what it'd try to do if we fit in fucking the whole Child's Play series of 7 in this bitch. Oh, shit. Final thoughts, Chuckles?
Yeah, man. If you're a horror movie fan, be sure to love your films. And you see all these remakes and shit, you can just watch the trailer. If it's not of your interest, don't even watch it. But other than that, though, know your shit, watch your shit, and keep on spreading the motherfucking sickness. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And we'll be back next month. Review a couple more things. And fuck, you can always check No Fucks Given Radio. All kinds of shit. You see me and Chuckles all up over this bitch. Have a good night. This is your only warning. Oh, wait, look, see, I said that and I had it so nice, but then I had this thing pulled up and I couldn't just press play. See, I fucked up. This is your only warning. By Frodo the Ghost. Take care.
This right here is your only warning. I'm not gonna make it easy for ya. This right here is your only warning. Step into the ghost and it's your misfortune. If you cross that line, then it's shoot to kill. You gon' put it on the line and I'ma test your will. If I test your will, you better have them skills. If you lack them skills, then you're bound to be killed. This right here is your only warning. Only warning. Only warning. This right here is your only warning. Only warning. Only warning. If you cross that line, then it's shoot to kill. You gon' put it on the line and I'ma test your will. If I test your will, you better have them skills. If you lack them skills, then you're bound to be killed. The heart that I was born with, I curse from the start. Cause everybody and their mama wants to pick it apart. The deception is the reason why my outlook's so dark. It's got my brain bounce around like Mario Kart. Go ahead, motherfucker, try to prey on my flaws. Not a single thing you saying gonna be breaking my balls. I'm the one calling the shots, FTG is the boss. Go against me, just chalk it up as your loss.